What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, this discussion gonna be straight off the dome. I don't got no pen, no pad, no notes to go off of. I'm just gonna be having a discussion with y'all on this channel, right? And it involves Jason Mitchell, the star of the show The Chi. He was also Eazy-E in a Straight Outta Compton movie, a rising actor with a budding career who was performing well in The Chi. He had everybody tuned in, and I hear a lot of people saying that they're not going to watch the show because he has been removed due to sexual harassment allegations from his co-star, the girl that played Jerica, his girlfriend in The Chi, and also a co-star, something else he's doing, has accused him of sexual harassment, right? And so I hear a lot of people saying, you know, this Me Too movement has got a lot of brothers in trouble, is getting a lot of people in trouble. This Me Too movement has gone too far because you have some women who abuse their power in these situations, right? And let me just say this, right? I know that there are women who take advantage of this Me Too movement, and they say harassment is occurring when it's not really harassment. It's not harassment at all. And they are involved with that person in one way or another. And maybe when the advances are, I don't know, when they're no longer coming. I've seen it happen with some women. When the advances are no longer coming from men anymore, they know a man is married or in a situation and the advances stop. Some women have accused guys of sexual harassment after the fact, right? Or a woman may throw a bone at a guy to flirt with her in a certain type of way. And when the guy gets, too aggressive, or with his flirting, she backs out and then says, okay, you know what? It's sexual harassment. I know there are women who take advantage of that system of sexual harassment, right? But then too, you know, accountability has to go both ways, right? I feel like this. A woman should be held accountable for her actions at all times, and men should be held accountable for their actions at all times, right? And I know there are there's some women who don't like to be held accountable for their actions no matter what. That's true. However, there are also men who don't like to be held accountable for their actions at all either as well. And sometimes it's due to the fact that some men toss things up to them being men. You know, I'm a man. If I see a beautiful woman, I'm going to approach her. No matter where, if we work together, if I'm single, I'm going to approach her. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to tell her I'm interested. I'm going to tell her that I would like to date her or I want her. Period. And let me say this, though. You got to be very, very careful with those type of situations. Very careful. And I'm really speaking to the young men on this channel that view this channel. Or you can be an older man, older than me. I'm 26 years old. I don't have all the knowledge in the world. However, I was groomed by an old head, my father. I was groomed and reared by him. And my uncles. And a lot of other men who have great knowledge and who've been around the block a few times in life. And this one thing my pops always told me, man. You do not deal with the people or woman that you work with. You do not deal with women that you work with. My mother told me the same thing. Do not deal with people that you work with in general. It could be a messy situation, a confusing situation. And if y'all were to break up or y'all were to part ways with whatever y'all doing, things could get messy at the job because one person can't handle the situation dissolving on either end. And it could just lead to a messy situation. But all in all too, man, men, you got to control yourselves at these work environments, and you got to be careful of the things you say and the things that, you know, you do while at work. Even though, you know, it's women that you work with are super attractive, women that you probably think, you know, hey, I want this woman or whatever. You got to control yourself and you got to control the situation. When I say this, I remember I worked with this guy, right? This guy was older too, late 50s. And this dude would be at work and he would be all when he talked to a girl, all in her face, all up on her, not giving her no personal space. And I'm young, right? I'm observing this, and I'm like, he need to back up. He all the way he talked to him, he all trying to talk to him super seductive and, you know, getting. And I felt him when I saw him talking to women, And I'm seeing like, bro, he trying to give out sexual attention to these women when he talking. He trying to give off a sexual, like some type of sexual attention when he talking to him. He gotta relax. You gotta relax, brother. Chill out. Like, I know, it's beautiful women in this world. You may work with them. But look, it's gonna be beautiful women everywhere you go. And every beautiful woman that you see, you cannot try to just thrust sexual attention onto them. Like, you gotta chill, you gotta relax. Cause that could get you in some trouble. It could definitely get you in trouble. Me, when I work in places, and I'm in a relationship now, I got a woman now. But even when I was single, I worked in places, I never gave a woman room to think that I was flirting with her at work. Never. Never put myself in them situations. I was strictly professional. I come into work, I do my job, I do what I gotta do, take care of my tasks, and I go to the crib. Now, whatever woman I was dealing with outside of that, okay, that was that. I wasn't dealing with no woman at work, period. I was not dealing with no woman at work. And in general, in my personal life, I never tried to overexert myself on a woman. I never tried to we call it being thirsty. I never tried to just thrust myself, figuratively, on a woman. I never tried to force, when I say force a situation with a woman. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But you got some dudes that be at work and they just be they like a woman so bad that it starts to look weird and look awkward, and it look like you just trying to force yourself into her personal space. You gotta relax, brother. You gotta take 5, go get you a drink of water, something, relax. But don't put yourself in a situation where you at work and you salivating over this woman so bad that she feeling uncomfortable because you just, some women give advances back and forth. Okay, that's one thing. I wouldn't advise you dealing with a person at work, me personally, because I know those things can get messy. But if it happens, all right, let it be something that's mutual, but I wouldn't even advise doing too much for real, because you just never know in some of these situations how some women could be thinking about things. But you gotta hold yourself accountable and responsible for your actions too. I would never be at work when I work. I would never give a woman leeway to think I'm flirting with her. I promise you, I wasn't throwing out compliments at work to women. I wasn't doing none of that. And anybody that worked with me could tell you. And I remember one time, this when I was younger, and a woman told me, she told me how much self-control I had. She admired how much self-control I had. She there's a lot of pretty women that work in here. You don't be trying to be all in their face. A lot of dudes see these pretty girls, they try to be all in their face. I'm no. Ain't nobody finna tie me into no sexual harassment, lawsuit, no sexual harassment situation. I'm not having it. It's not gonna happen to me. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna try to make a woman feel uncomfortable. I never did that. My father always told me, look, a woman like you, she gonna let you know. You don't have to wonder. You're not gonna have to think about it. Does she not? She's gonna let you know, right? But again, even at work, you have to be very careful. All that, text messaging back and forth. People be text messaging people at work, sending the wrong things. Dudes sending nude pictures and pictures of themselves to girls, unsolicited pictures. Bro, you got to relax. You gotta chill. You gotta relax. You gotta know. You gotta set boundaries for yourself so that situations won't get out of control. Seriously. And listen, I know there is women that take advantage of these situations. There are women that take advantage of certain things. They could be giving advances to you, and then you man, you come and give advances back, and she try to play a game with you. She don't know what you're talking about, or act like you doing too much when she was overexerting herself at first to initiate conversation. And let me be real. It's some women that you work with that just like attention. They don't care who it comes from. They like attention in any way, so they're willing to dish out a compliment to a man in order to get attention back to them. There are those type of women in this world. It happens. Some women want that type of they want that type of attention where, I look good. I want people to acknowledge that I look good, so I'm willing to flirt in order to receive the attention that I'm looking for. And it's dudes that's gonna fall into that trap and keep giving her that attention every single day, and to the point where she'd be like, okay, that's enough attention. I only wanted so much. So now she's going to say, oh, he's sexually harassing me, when she initiated some attention. And now the guy she initiated some advances. She threw some flirtation stuff out so she can get some attention back. But then she say, oh, he's doing too much now. It's women that do that, seriously. That's why you got to be in control of the situation. Don't never let them situations get out of hand. You got to be in control of yourself to say, you know what? I'm not dealing with that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to put myself in that situation. When I'm at work, work is strictly work. I'm coming in, do what I got to do to pay these bills, take care of your seeds, or if you don't have seeds, take care of yourself, your family, maybe your mother, your sisters, your brothers, whoever, or just yourself, whoever. Do what you got to do in the workplace and go home. Never spend your time chasing women at the job. I never understood dudes that do that either. Like chasing women at the job. You talking to multiple women at the job, stuff can get out of hand for you very quickly, brother. Very quickly. Drama could be initiated because of you in some situations. Because some women don't even know you dealing with, some of them could know you dealing with several women at work, and still it be some issues, and some issues be created, and you be involved in it. So you got to be held accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable for your actions, as well as women should hold themselves accountable for the actions that they do as well. Especially if you know you're a woman and you out here trying to. Some women try to, is solicit the right word? They try to seek attention to be acknowledged for their beauty. You know, they give out flirtatious comments in order to be acknowledged back. And then when a guy keeps flirting with them, they say, okay, that's too much. Now you harassing me. Well, you shouldn't have been throwing compliments his way in order to get compliments back. And then you say when he's doing it too much, you saying it's uncomfortable. Don't solicit that attention. Relax. Do what you got to do. I think all parties should do what they got to do at work and leave and go home. And live your life outside of work, whatever you choose to do. But I'm talking to the men, fellas. Don't ever overexert yourself to a woman. Don't ever do that. I mean, whether at work or in your own personal time, don't ever do that. But especially at work, do not seek relationships. Do not seek. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I would say I wouldn't advise it. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, because every man gonna do what they want to do. I do things some other men probably shouldn't think I should have done, or whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna tell you what not to do. I'm gonna tell you to be very wary of trying to seek out relationships, or trying to seek out sexual relationships, or trying to hit on women at work. When I say don't seek out relationships at work, don't try to don't try to hit on women at work. I wouldn't advise that. Now, if you got a woman and y'all work at the same place, okay, cool. And sometimes relationships do cultivate at work, and they be positive relationships with, healthy energy. And that's all good. I'm all for that. I'm just saying, in the case that a breakup does happen, you still got to see this person every single day, unless he or she gets another job. You know what I mean? Unless she go get another job, you going to see her every day. Unless you go get another job, you going to see her every day. So you just got to be careful of that. And then some dudes that try to go on a spree to have, sex with all these different women that they work with, I would not advise that, sir. I would not advise that. Go to work, handle your business, go home. Because then you'll find yourself in some situations you never wanted to be in. Sometimes sometimes it may not be your fault, but you're still in some situations that you shouldn't be in. Sometimes it could be your fault, because you're doing too much. You're so thirsty to have this woman in whatever way you want to, that you're doing too much. And now it's like you coming off as a creep. Seriously, I promise you, the dude I'm talking about, and I'm no longer work at that place, but this dude, he used to be like all in their face. Like, I mean, you could just see the sexual tension just coming. He trying to create sexual tension amongst conversation with women. And I know I wasn't tripping, because other men told me, like, man, he need to chill out, bro. He too on edge. He got to relax. Other men was telling me he need to relax. So I know I'm not the only one saying it. I'm looking like, man, he doing a lot, man. He got to chill. Chill. I know you like being around beautiful women and everything. That's cool. A lot of men like being around beautiful women, but you got to contain yourself and control yourself when you are. You got to contain yourself and control yourself. I don't know what happened with Jason Mitchell's situation. I'm not saying he didn't contain himself. I wasn't there. I don't know. I wasn't there. But you have to be you gotta be cognizant of how things can play out. You gotta be cognizant that some women can play those type of games with you. You gotta be cognizant that you must be in control of your own self and not put yourself in those situations. You gotta be cognizant to not go over the edge and go over that line. You gotta be cognizant of knowing that when you're doing too much, when you need to chill. Because some men need to chill, and other people know they need to chill, and they didn't tell them. Truthfully, this person I'm talking about, I wasn't a friend of his at work or nothing like that. I wasn't. If it was a friend of mine, I saw him doing something like that, I would have to tell him, bro. Because I know I had situations where I had some of my friends get into some activities that I knew was wrong, and I didn't say nothing. So now I'm speaking as a grown man. It's some men that get into activities and their friends watch them do it and watch them jump off a cliff. If that was my friend doing that, I would have told him, brother, you need to relax up in here. Get them some space when they talk. Don't be all in their personal space and all of that, because somebody easily could go to HR on you and say that you out here sexually harassing them. They feel uncomfortable talking to you, because I watched this dude do this. I watched him do this all the time. And it's like, if I was a woman, I'm looking like, I would feel uncomfortable. He all in their space, all in their face, talking them all. So they're like, bro, you relax. Talk in your normal voice. It's not how you talk when you talking to the men at work. Don't talk to the women differently. Like, don't talk to them where you're trying to be seductive at least. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to have different conversations with men. You're going to talk about different things probably. Of course, men have different conversations than they do with women. They may even talk in a louder tone with men. Okay, but we know when you're trying to get your whispers in the dark voice on. Cut that out. Just be straight up and down. Talk to them regular. I don't try to when I talk to people at work, I don't try to talk to the women in a seductive voice. I don't. I get them personal space. I don't be in their face. Personal space. I talk about work-related things. That's it. That's all. Because I'm not going to be going down for nobody. I'm not having it. I'm not going to give no woman room to say that I was doing something wrong on my end. And I'm going to be in control of myself, my body, and my actions to where a woman can never even try to put me in that situation. Like, I'm not to where, that situation can never come up with me. Because I know better. I see how things go at work. I know the tricks of the trade. I know how over-aggressive some men can be. I know how sometimes women can manipulate situations. So I'm aware of that. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna cut the situation off at both ends. I'm gonna be in control of myself to where stuff can never get out of hand. Lines can never be blurred. I'm not going to give you the room to think I'm flirting with you. I'm not. You're going to think, man, this is one professional guy. Like, again, that girl told me, man, Malcolm, you come in, you do this is a previous job some years ago. You come in, a lot of these dudes be trying to get these girls face. You just come in, you be respectful, you do what you got to do, you go home. You don't be trying to thrust yourself on a woman. I have never done it in my life. On everything I love. I've never done that. And anybody could tell you that. I've never tried to thrust myself or throw myself on a woman or force a situation with a woman. It's never happened in my life. And it never will. So you just got to be very careful, man. Of course, today is different times, right? There are different times today. You got certain things that are happening. You got certain movements that, some people feel like they created a toxic atmosphere where guys can't be cordial with women and can't even have just regular conversation and joke and kid around. Okay, and some of that may be true. You can joke and kid around, but you got to be very careful of the jokes that you are making. Any sexual innuendo, cut it out, player. Remove yourself from them situations as quickly as possible. Quickly as possible. Don't ever put yourself in them situations because they can get very tricky, and you don't want to be out of a job, out of your income, due to a misunderstanding or due to you doing too much, or due to somebody trying to manipulate a situation with you because you fell into some type of bait. Cool out, relax, chill, and that be that. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Again, I don't know what happened per se with Jason Mitchell's situation. I don't know, exactly what happened in his situation. I don't know if he's innocent or guilty. I don't know. I know sometimes that where there is smoke, there is fire. I know that. But who's to say? I don't know what happened with those women. I have no clue. But I'm just giving other men out there warnings about what and what not, what I think they should do, what I think they shouldn't do. And because you just never want to find yourself in them situations. You got to be in control of yourself at all times. And hey, if any women got some suggestions on what they feel, you can comment below. Any men, you can comment below. I know people gonna get mad at this video. I got brothers always telling me that I need to hold women more accountable for certain things. Yeah, I always feel like women should be held accountable for their actions. Men should be held accountable for their actions too, though, right? So I'm gonna say that I'm never gonna say I speak to the men because I'm a man, and I know that we got to be in control of ourselves with certain things, right? But I also made videos about G Herbo ex-woman and talking about how women need to be held accountable for certain things as well. So, but I was definitely speaking to the men because I know I've seen it happen on a man's end of how a man can do too much. And I want to give you the warning signs of when to know you doing too much. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm speaking to y'all. I speak to the women too. I do speak to the women too on certain videos. I do. But on this end, I'm trying to tell men what not to do to not have themselves in them situations. For real, for real. That's my piece, y'all. I'm out.